Hello everyone, welcome once again to another Power BI related tutorial. This is the part 1 of building ad metrics, KPIs and overview dashboard. In the second part, you will learn how to create income channel and goal wise performance dashboard, and we will also learn how can we publish our reports to the report server. So we have our report server running here. When you will click on our report server view, you will be able to see our reports are live, and in full screen view you will be able to visualize them. You will see performance, etc. So let me refresh the reports. So after making changes to reports, you can always come back, load data, view in full screen. Here you will also learn how to create page navigation, like when you will click on overview or performance, you will get back to that particular report. So conversion rate by campaign type, etc. will be taught in the second part, and how to build these similar, simple kind of metrics is something that we will learn in this part. These metrics are inspired by Google Studio, Google Ad Metrics. So the data set used is this particular data set that you are seeing. It's used for predicting conversions in digital marketing. When you are performing digital marketing, so every customer has a customer ID, age, gender, income, campaign channel, campaign type. You have ad spend, click through rate, conversion rate, number of website visits by this customer ID, pages per visit, time on site spent, social shares done. Like suppose you have written a blog or a article, so how many social shares has this customer done? How many emails has he or she opened? Email clicks, previous purchase, loyalty points, and we have a lot of other variables like advertising platform, advertising tool, and conversion. Then maybe we have some unnecessary columns here that we are not going to include. So this is a simple data set. Now here, now here we have demographic information, marketing specific variables, values like customer ID, age, gender, income are all demographic information. Then marketing specific variables like campaign channel, the channel through which the marketing campaign is delivered, like email, social media, SEO, PPC, referral. The campaign type, the type of marketing campaign. So whenever you are running a marketing campaign, you decide what type of goal you have. You want to generate more awareness, you want more consideration for your product or services, you want more conversions or retention of customers. For conversion retention, for retention of customers, remarketing or retargeting ads are preferred. Ad spend is the amount is spent on marketing. So let's say you decided you want to create a awareness advertisement that will aware people about your product or service. So you will spend some amount there, and now on after spending that amount, there will be click through rate at which customer click on marketing content. For example, you saw an advertisement on YouTube, but you might not have clicked on it, or you saw an advertisement on any other website and might not have clicked on it. So you get an impression, but you don't, you make an, you made an impression, but you did not make any clicks there. So that's what click through rate is. Uh, Out of 100 impressions, how many clicks do you have? Then you have your conversion rate at which clicks convert to desired actions. For example, purchase, right? So let's say our desired action was conversion. So what is the conversion rate? Advertising platform used. So they have used confidential here. Obviously, this data might have been confidential, is confidential. Okay, so but you can see there are many advertising platforms out there, and they might have used any one of them. So we will not go with it, but if you know the advertising platforms, right? You are, suppose you are running Meta advertisement, Google ads, LinkedIn ads, etc. So on the basis of advertising platform also, you can see different things like what is the average conversion rate in different advertising platforms, which advertising platform is more useful for you, right? So those type of things are there, and more details about this digital marketing data is given, like customer engagement variables, website visit, page per visit, how much time on an average in minutes the customer or visitor is investing, social shares, email opens, email click. We also have historical data. This will help us in finding out retention rates, etc. So previous purchase, number of previous purchase made by the customer, loyalty points, number of loyalty points accumulated, etc. Right? And these are the variables. So now in the next part, we will load this data and then start analyzing it. Now to analyze the data, we will open our Power BI report server. So our Power BI, that is optimized for report server, and now we will simply load the data. If you have your regular Power BI, then you can also use it. If you want to see more about Power BI report server optimized version, so we have a specific tutorial about that. You can watch that as well. Because the file is a Excel workbook, so we will connect Excel. So now we have the table here. Let's see. We will load the data table, and here we don't have any extra column, and the header is also properly visible. So we will simply load the data now. It's a big data, so it will take some time to load. And now we have the data. In the data set, when you will go, you will see this is a table view. This is the model view. Obviously, we have only one file. And here is your DAX. DAX queries will be saved to your model. If you want to run, you can run it here. Now here we will simply start creating some key performance indicators to see the performance. So just for reference, this is Looker Studio, and Looker Studio is a tool by Google similar to Power BI. You can run it in your browser. We have dedicated tutorial for this also. So here you can see these are all digital marketing reports, pre-made reports. For example, here we have e-commerce PPC and Google account CPA, ROAS, that means cost per acquisition, return on ad spend, those kind of reports. So if you want, you can look at them also to understand how they show different type of KPIs, etc. So here you can see in the e-commerce PPC section, we have Google ad metrics, Google ad cost per conversion, top 5 campaign, etc. Obviously, in this data set that we are analyzing, the advertising platform is confidential, but we can anyway we can get the data, right? So we can create a simple, KPI type of thing like this, where you can see spend, impressions, click, etc. Whatever data we have in our case, we can use them. So now let's say we will insert a shape here. So I will try to create something like that. So I will create a shape here and make its width this much, and then copy it and just add something like this. And here in this second one, let's say I will choose a different type of color, right? So for example, I will go to style, and here I will choose a light color. So this will become my area where I will store my, different type of KPIs. And now I will select both of them, go to format, and we can group them. Okay. So this is something that we are going to do later. And we will add a text box. And after adding a text box, we will simply, drag this text box over here and just make its width same as the width of our shape that is behind it. And here we are going to enter something like ads metric, right? Because we are not sure, so we will just use ads metric here. Let's say file size is 16, 20 will work, 24 will also work. So this is going to be add matrix. Because the background has a lighter color, so we will just use add matrix in a light, this color. And then I will go to the text box, I will select the text box, and in effects I will disable the background. So this is a simple way. Obviously here you will have a scroll bar, but we'll deal with it later. And now you have your entire ad metric thing. Here you can start putting some ad metrics, like for example impression and spend. So let's see, we have page visits. So this is spend, okay, and this is CTR, click through rate, and we also have conversion rate. So earlier some values were not being displayed here because of too many missing values. So I have fixed the file. I will provide you that file so that you don't have to go with it. Now, now you can see here we have ad spend and click through rate. The click through rate that we have is a percentage. The conversion rate is also a percentage. So you can go here and click on percentage here, right? You can go here and click on percentage. So this is our table view. In table view we can change them into percentages, right? And now you will see the percentage value, and this is optional, but if you will do it, then it will be better to display the average click through rate, the average conversion rate, etc. So first of all, we will add a simple card here. Card is the best way to display one value, okay? And just above this card we are going to add a shape. See, I'm just doing it to teach you different type of things that we can do. You can also enable a title here, but let's see. We want to make the things more meaningful. So we will add a shape here. Make sure that your shape width and your card width are same. Okay. And here in the shape, let's say we give a different type of background here. Let's say we give this background or something that goes with our theme as, let's say, this background. Okay. And here in the card, the field that I'm going to bring is ad spend, like how much amount has been spent on the advertisements. This is ad spend. So it will start showing you some value. Obviously, sum of ad spend is the total amount spent. Call out value size is 45. So we have to reduce it so that we can see it properly. Let me make it 28. Okay. So it is 4.01 million. If you want to display in thousands unit, you can display. If you want to display in millions unit, you can display. Billions, you can display, right? Depending upon how, the magnitude of value you can select. So we'll use millions here, and you can select any type of color. For example, here the color is shown as dark color here. Now you can make it bold or just keep it like this. It's also your choice. Here in general tab of our card, we can say that in effect we will not choose any background. Okay. Then you are also seeing this is sum of ad spend. So this is something that we want to show here, right? So we will again go to insert and display a text box and call it ad spend and make it smaller like this. Select this and let's keep it size 16. Okay. Align it in center, and then we can add it over here. Let's adjust its width so that you know, it's contained inside. Select this effects, remove background. So this is add spend. If you want to make it bold, you can make it bold. Choose a different color. So now we have ad spend, and some of ad spend is not needed now because we already know it is total ad spend. So we can disable the category label, and now we have our card ready, and we will select it. Okay. And if you want, you can give it a small border so that wherever we'll share it, it will start appearing as a card. In effect, indeed, I disabled the background, but I will keep it. Now we will select both of them, okay, and also add spend and also this. So I'm pressing Control to select everything, and in format, I will group them together. Now we have grouped them, and now we can drag them here. So this is our cards, add spend. Okay, we will select entire thing and Control C and Control V. So we will paste them here. So just I will drag them here. We'll make some copies first of all. So let me select this. Sometimes it is a bit tricky to copy them. So I will select entire thing and make one more copy, one more copy. So whatever, whatever amount you have to display, you you can do it, and then you just have to adjust it accordingly. So this is a group, and anytime you can ungroup them and you can change their parameter value. So what if we select this thing like this, okay, and move it here, not like this, select and move, and this way you can adjust it anywhere. Obviously it's a bit of a struggle in starting, but yeah, it will be okay. And we will select this entire thing, format, and send to backward, okay, or send to back, so that everything that we are adding will be at top of this layer. Now we will write average CTR, the average click-through rate, and here instead of sum of ad spend, we will drag click-through rate. Instead of sum, we will select average. Obviously, its unit should be auto. The average CTR is 15.48. So by selecting everything, let's drag it here. Okay. So this is average CTR, and this is ad spend. Now we also have average conversion rate. So we will simply remove this and we will drag and select average conversion rate, unit auto, and average conversion rate. If you suppose now our heading is big, right? Something like this. So we can always select and reduce its size a little bit so that it fits our box, or we can increase the box sizes accordingly. We'll select it. See, sometimes we can select the entire thing and move. Sometimes it's a problem. So let's select this and move it like this. So that's how you can put them precisely. Somehow when I'm dragging it with mouse, it is not working, but it's okay. So this way we have the average conversion rate, and we can take one more, something like website visits. Obviously you can include more parameters here, but it's your choice. So we have the website visit here, and we will just drag it here, and since some of the options are not visible, we will go to format and send it to back, and this is website, or we can call it visitors, website visitors, or whatever you want to call it. And here I will just use total number of website visits. We will not use average, we will use sum, and sum of website visit call out value maybe in thousands. Okay, so this way we can create our ad matrix, and we can align everything in center. So let's say I take it out select all of them, align a bit to center, then move this guy here. Okay, now we have our add matrix. Since we have more metrics to add here, so I have simply increased its size, and now I will simply copy them and use them in the chart. To copy them once again, we will select them and paste them together and just arrange them wherever we want. Similarly, paste once again and place one on top, because we have some email related stuff also. So email, website visitors, etc. So we will paste them and create it here. Obviously you can later arrange them. So first you start with text, pressing control, you select all of them and you can arrange their horizontal X and Y. Now here we have visitors, and here the matrix that we are going to put is, so we have page visit, so pages per visit. So let's say what is average pages per visit. Okay, this is website visits, so pages per visit, and here we are going to choose average, and we will go to call out value and use none here. So on an average pages per visit, so on an average a user visits 5 to 6 pages after spending this much. Now we have this. Similarly, we will now see time on site. So on an average, how much they spend on website, how much time do they spend. So here we will spend time on site and average here also. This is a repetitive task, so I'm just doing it quickly. Time on site. If you want, you can write average also, but this is something you can write as per your convenience. So this is average time on site they are spending, and as per the official documentation it is in minutes. Usually we don't have this much minute average time on site, but let's say it is in minutes as per the dataset description. Now similarly I will bring here social share and email opens, which we have here, social share and email opens. So we also have loyalty points, that is number of loyalty points accumulated by the customer and email clicks, etc. So what I have done is I have simply copied the matrix once again, and here I will just mention loyalty points. So now whatever else you need and however else you want to display the information, you can display here. And here we will use average loyalty points because we are seeing for every customer. So it will be good to mention average wherever average is mentioned, so that it is not confused with total or something. Okay, and here let's take 12 here, so we will use a different color like this. This is average loyalty points, email clicks, and now we can simply resize it as per our requirement. Resize the text. And you can put other uh, you know metrics here as well. Now for example, we have email clicks and we have email opens. So if we go to modeling, create a new measure, and let's say email CTR. So we will use the divide function. In divide you have numerator and denominator. So we will simply divide 36K with 76K. So we will use sum of email opens and then the second parameter, denominator, sum of email clicks, or maybe I'm writing in a reverse order, sorry, email clicks and email opens. So we can see these many people have seen the emails. Let's check once again. This is sum of email opens and this is sum of email clicks, right? They, they have clicked some link on the email. So this is the email CTR. So when we are dividing it, to avoid dividing by zero error, we can write 1 here. And now we can see that also in a chart. So for example, let's see. We have a chart and this is email CTR. So it is showing 0.47. When you have created a measure, so you can go to table view, select that measure and you can show it as a percentage also. So let's see now what we are seeing here. Just to check, 47.14. So if you want, you can display it somewhere. It's your choice. This way you can create some of your measures also, the calculated measures that you can put in your matrix. So we have some space, so why not use the full width here? So first of all, make the full height here and then uh, select the text box and drag it to center. And now we can select the group, copy and paste it. Sometimes this background will not come. From here I have copied the background, which I will bring here and send it to send backward, right? Now let's make another copy. Select this and select this. There is some problem, so I'll do it like this. Sometimes I don't know why there is a problem when you have full width. Maybe because we have less space here, but you can probably skip the video a little bit so that in the meantime we will fix all of this. And here why I have created this is email click. So here we will write email CTR and the average click-through rate, or since it's a measure, we can use the measure as it is, and in call out value we will just use auto. So when it's a measure, there will be no aggregate value, it's already an aggregate value. Okay, so let's shift it a little bit, this also. And here I am going to see average age of customer. So we have age of customers. We will see what is the average age of a customer who has interacted with our business. And call out value again auto. So average age is 43.43. So we'll write average age. So obviously for demographic we will do a lot of other things. This is average age. Okay, we have some space. If needed, we will put some more metrics here, otherwise we'll see what we have to do here. So now we have our add metrics, and now let's see gender wise distribution of number of customers. So we have customer ID here. Every customer ID belongs to every customer that we have. So for seeing gender wise distribution, we will use donut chart here. And here also we can use the same kind of styling. So for example, we can copy this and paste it here and adjust its width just to you know width of our donut chart. and we can also copy the same text box here. So let's select and paste. So, or since we already have a group, so we group them and then copy and paste them, you know. So that will be a better choice. So that we can, resize them. And here it is gender wise count. Now to calculate gender wise count, what we have to do, we simply have to put in the legend field, we have to put the gender field here. So we have female and male customers here, and here in values we have to put number of customers. So for finding out number of customers, we have to use the customer ID. So we'll use the customer ID. We have female and male. Now we will have a title. So if we want to disable this title, right? So what we can do, we can go to visual setting, general setting, and disable the title. And we have some background here. So in the shape, let's see what color have we used. So the color fill is this E6, E6, E6. So now we will select this chart once again, and here in gender we will go to general. I will go to effect, and in background I will select this. Okay. So now this is gender wise count. We can just keep a little left margin so that we have this, and we can adjust the height and width accordingly. There are these guidelines to help us. So this is gender wise count of customers, right? Similarly, we have different type of channels like email, PPC, referral, etc. So let's see the performance, or if you want to see how many different campaigns per channel have, or how many customers have we acquired through different type of campaigns, or basically how many customers have interacted with what type of campaigns on the basis of campaigns. So for that, because there also we have you know uh, we have legend data, so there also we can use this. Otherwise we can use a bar chart also there. So for what we are going to do, we will just copy this entire thing, paste it here, and here we will just replace it with a bar chart, and we will replace the gender with campaign channel. So we have different channels: referral, PPC, email, etc. So we have, what we have here is count of customer ID. If you want to see ad spend by different type of campaigns, so you can also bring ad spend here. Okay, we can bring two metrics here. So this is sum of ad spend. Now since sum of ad spend is a monetary value, and number of customers is something that is a quantitative data, right? Not a monetary value. So we can also use the mixed chart, line and stack. In line and stack, we can bring the visual to another axis. So let's say we bring ad spend to line axis, right? So now you will be able to see it line wise. So what does it mean is, here you can see referral ad is sum of ad spend in referral channel is this much, right? Campaign channel, PPC, pay per click advertising, then email, then we have search engine optimization and social media marketing, right? So this way you will be able to see channel wise ad spend, or let's say channel wise performance or metrics. because we have less space here. That's why I'm just writing it. Otherwise, you can reduce the heading size and write it more properly. Now, let's say we just go to our Google website once again, the sample report from Google Ads. Here you can see they are using top 5 campaign or something. What we need to understand here, they are showing a type of metrics here. And is it possible in Power BI? So you can see in Power BI we have table and matrix, right? So let's use matrix here. And here, how can we create something similar to that? So obviously the first thing that we are going to do here is we are going to use a similar kind of height that we were using there, and we will simply copy the heading and we will simply copy this group, so and from this group I will remove this and just reduce, or now it is group, so it is better, so we can use it and adjust its placement. Let's create the chart first and then we will see how much width do we need here. So when you are building a matrix chart, in rows first you bring something that will obviously appear as an index, and as per this example you can see campaign, right? Let's say we have our campaign types also and we have campaign channels. So for example, campaign type is conversion, awareness, retention. So we have seen the effect of campaign channel, like campaign channel wise we have some data here, sum of ad spend and count of customers. You can also bring other metrics. Unfortunately, in this metric, we don't have conversion value here. If conversion value was there, it would have been easy. Maybe that can be got from these loyalty points. But here, we will use the campaign channel or campaign type. So it will create something like this. Okay. And now in columns, what we are going to do, we are going to do nothing. In values, we will bring metrics like this, like impressions, click, average CPC, etc. So let's say average, first we will bring ad spend, the total ad spend, and here we have examples. So we have values, and we will have different type of options. Row subtotals turn off, column subtotals turn off. So we will not need these row subtotals and column subtotals. This is sum of ad spend. Next, we will try to bring other metrics like conversion. We also have conversion rate. So we will try to bring in values average conversion rate. We'll write average conversion rate. From here you can rename it for this visual. So average conversion rate. Okay. This is sum of ad spend. So we can simply call it total ad spend, or in simple words ad spend. And we can also bring email clicks. Instead of sum of email clicks, we will just use it as email clicks. Okay. And whatever else you want need here. So this was just a simple thing. How can we do this? And we have our matrix here, and whatever size of matrix you want to keep, okay, you can keep, and then you can adjust its height and width accordingly. Wait for the guideline. And obviously here also we have different type of effects. So here we have layout and style preset. For example, flashy rows, you know, we have sparse, we have different type of like condense, etc. So you can use any one of them as per your choice. Okay. So whatever you prefer. And in layouts and prefer, suppose you have choose selected compact and you have grid. you have border, vertical grid lines, right? You have your color, you have column headers, column header background color. So we can select something which matches our theme. Similarly, row header background color, something that is a bit different, but we can select this. This is our entire chart. As per our other charts, we can also click here, go to general effect and select a background color, right? So this is what we have in your cells. You have in your grid that you have horizontal grid, off, on, you can select. There are a lot of settings that you can do here. You have, row total, specific column, you have cell elements. You can select their background color for different cell elements. Okay, when you will enable background color based on higher value, it will select accordingly. You can enable data bars, so high values will be enabled. So whatever you want to do, you can select like that. So let's enable some background color or font color based on data value, data bars. So it's your choice. So this is something similar to what we have here. Okay, and because ad spend, everything else is quite less than this, so we are not seeing the data. And this is channel wise metrics. You can also, what you can do, you can select them and format and group them. It becomes easier to move them, you know and similarly we can copy this and paste it here. Here we have channel wise ad spend. We can select any other categorical value also, right? So and call it whatever it is, wise ad spend. So let's select this, and for example we'll select this chart, and here we have campaign type. And I'm just giving you, if we have had advertisement channel etc., that would have been better. But we have another categorical value, gender here. So this will be gender wise matrix. And since we have some space here, so we can adjust it height and width by using these selections. So whatever you have, you can select it. And we also have, next what we can do, we also have our client incomes, right? We have different incomes here. If you will see, income starts from 20,014 and goes up to some number there, 35,650 maybe. So what we can do, we can create some income groups. So click here, create new group, and let's say we will create, so our range is from 20,000 to this value. We will create 20, or let's say 10 bins for our incomes, right? So we will have 10 different income groups. And let's say we use a clustered column chart here. So I will just adjust it height and width, and I will just use the heading here. And here we have channel wise metrics. So we will simply call it income wise matrix, or we'll see. And here let's use the clustered chart. Later we are going to select and merge them. So yeah, now it's okay. And now what we are going to do, we have x-axis and y-axis here. So on y-axis we will bring the income group that we have created, the 10 income groups. And on x-axis we will bring ad spend. So we can see how much ads are, you know so you can see people in the income bin of 100K. So we have created 10 different income groups, right? 20K, 40K, 60K, 80K. So we have different income groups here. And you can see based on our setting, group size is also there. So let me explain it one more time. So bin size is 12,900. Okay. What if we say 13 wins. If we say 13 wins, it is almost 10,000. Okay. So we can keep it 13 wins. Now every win size is almost 10,000. Okay. Income being 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, and so on. Most ad spend value is in the income group of 100,000, and our second value that we have is in the group of income win 20,000, right? So this way, first of all, you can create a histogram plot, and your histogram plot can also have a numerical value, which is sum of ad spend. Like for every bin of income that we have, what is the average ad spend? Okay, and here also we can go to background. So in general, effects, background, we will select the same type of color that we have selected for other chart, and this is our income wise matrix. Okay, if you want to see is spent in different channels also, so what you can do here, let's say we have different channels, right? Campaign channels, so we can bring that channel in legend, and it will divide these bar lengths into the channel wise lengths, so you can see. And since we have used a clustered, we can use a stack chart here, then you will be able to see. So here you can see different values, and obviously it is difficult to see here, so we'll enable data labels, and when you will zoom you will see values, like in every channel how much has been spent in each bar here, right? So for example here, which is the, you know, the bar with most bar with highest length or longest bar here, for sum of ad spend, we have 0.66 million. So we have on an average around 0.6 million for social media, 0.68 million for SEO, 0.71 million for email, and so on, right? So you can see the percentage also. And if you want to see percentage wise, so we have another chart here which is 100% stacked. In 100% stack, you will be able to see the percentage of each value, right? So for example, here we saw that 20% is in email, 18% is in PPC, etc. So this way you will be able to see, how your how your different type of income wise, how people are spending in which type of channels, right? So it's your choice if you want to keep that, but this is important. And here we can disable the title also, because we already have the title, so you will be able to see those values. So this is income wise metric, and this is our first chart where we have created, and this is a simple overview chart. So this is an overview of digital marketing analysis here. Obviously, in digital marketing, when you will analyze data, you will have location-wise details also, which is very important. You have goal-wise details, which you are seeing. You have budgets also, like what was the initial budget of customer, conversion rate, loyalty point, etc. So you can find that. Now let's give a very simple title to our chart. We have just added a text box here. In effect, I will just enable a shadow, a visual border I will select as our theme, and we will simply reduce its height and width. Let's select smaller font size. So this is our digital marketing performance analysis, a simple type of chart that we have tried to create to explain anyone how can we, create some kind of dashboard from digital marketing, particularly paid marketing data. And obviously we will have another data set where we will have more demographic information, we will have more, goal information, but we tried to replicate a little bit of this. If we have date wise campaign performance, etc., we will be able to replicate that as well. And product wise, if we have information of sales, what what products we have that are sold mostly. So we can also bring top 5 product, etc. So all of that will be discussed in the next part. So I will request you to please subscribe to our channel so that we can, wherever we'll upload next video, you will get a notification from us.